Hey, how we doing? Can I get you something, friends? What can we get you? Tonic, water, sarsaparillas, tea, coffee? You let me know, whatever you need. Wedges, you got K&H wedges here. That's all I got really for you right here, right now. Sometimes you come up over the shoulder and you go like that. Here you go. Friends, good morning. It's a nice day here today. It's time to upload another video, which I do every day. And I have a program, and I like it. I like my program. If you caught the live feed yesterday, thank you. Thank you for being there. We had a record live feed yesterday, friends. And if you haven't seen it and you like watching men cut trees down with axes, big trees, you know, not stopping and taking breaks and this and that, probably take a guy a good 40 minutes from start to finish, you know, taking a, you know, obviously, well, no, I didn't drink any water. I didn't do anything. It was a live feed, so I was moving. So I just basically prepped the undercut off camera and started. I think I was about this deep in the end, like hardly anything. Just got it going so that I could turn on the camera and go. It was fun. And I feel incredible this morning. Like, I feel good. I feel strong. There's a slight twinge right there just from holding steady. Other than that, I'm solid, which is huge for me. But that's an accumulation, right, friends? If we do something out of the blue physically that we just weren't doing for the past years or months or weeks, you're gonna feel it. You're just gonna. I don't feel anything. And if I was to be honest, I would say, like I just said, there's a teeny little, I feel something in the arm. That's because I spent all my time out at the end of the axe, and I don't know how many times I swung that axe yesterday. But it had to have been 500, I would think. Maybe more. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess it's on film, so there was a spot that missed. I think the live feed went dead or something yesterday and then came back on because I saw I had a single bit in my hand, chopping, and then all of a sudden I had a double bit. It was in the undercut. It was weird. So that's what happens when something goes wrong, and then YouTube gets it and they edit it, right? So anyway, but today I've been working a lot, friends, physically, and I take it when I have it. So when I feel good physically, I capitalize on it. If that makes sense, I just capitalize on it. I jump in the truck, I go do the things that I like to do. And that's usually wood and axes and power saws and stuff like that. And climbing. I climbed 2 days ago I climbed. It was nice. So, today, I pulled that log out. Remember that log that we pulled out of the bush? That root rots? Friends, Tin Man's built a few saws for me. He has. He's built a few. He's built some not the greatest ones, which he took back, and it's back here now, the 66. And he's also built me some orangutans. Some beautiful. I talk about when I it doesn't matter the saw. How I kind of look at that or judge that is, what was it like before the person had it? What's it like now that I have it back? Well, his gains, listen, I'm going to tell you straight now, and this is nothing other than the truth. I did a video on the XL76 before I had it ported, and I was like, this little sucker rips. That was one of Homelight's, the 130. Those are good saws. They're good saws. So, I asked Tin Man, I'd like you to port this Homelight. He's like, let's do it. Massive gains. Massive gains. I was just like, wow. And then he says, yeah, I do a pretty good 66. And away we went, right? And his 66 was lackluster. Something happened. It just wasn't. I forget what he's got it on the channel. That's what I like about the Tin Man. He's honest. He just says, hey, friends, I didn't like that. And it was a dog. And he'll just tell you, he's got no ego. That's what I like about the Tin Man. Ego's at the door. He's about learning. That's truly one of the things I appreciate about the Tin Man. He says, give it to me, Buckin. I want it straight. Don't be... I got no time to butter people up. Buttering people up ain't helping them at all. It's keeping them stuck and keeping them just... Forget it. Don't... No, I'm not a yes man. Never have been, actually. So, anyways, the Super Pro 70. Friends, that saw, they're not that fast from the factory. Even though it says Super Pro on it, they're just not. The CP70 was a dog, horrible dog. But this 70, I ran it. I think I've got two. I've got one more. But this one here was a nice saw. It was light. That's why I like those saws. You guys know the ones I run, right? 372, 850. Remember I used to run those 850s steady way back in the day? That was before freaking Harvey showed up on the scene and started making these lightweight rocket ships. These 71s and that. Harvey, you're doing a nice job of those. I can't wait for your next rendition. So, and Dino Joe, I think. I hope Dino Joe's going to be part of the next one. Dino Joe's a talented guy. Very talented guy. And I like the fact that he's got a dyno. Dino Joe. Dino Joe. Let's get into this. I could keep talking because I'm in that kind of a mood today. But I'm going to stop and we're going to get into this video. It's after I pulled that log out, I run the Super Pro 70 for my good friend, the Tin Man. I like that power saw. I'm actually fixing it today. It idles weird, and I figured out what it was, friends. It's the carburetor that's got the 3 screws, the high, the low, and that one that has that rod that goes through and opens up the butterfly when you turn it. Yeah, it's down there. It's a different, you got to get those bang on or they don't run right. Then it's also got an idle screw on the outside that screws in like, so yeah, I'm getting at that today because I'm gonna just kick back today. It's Monday. I'm gonna do a couple things out there, and I'm just gonna mellow. I got some stuff to do around the house. Got to get up on the roof. Chores. Let's get into this. Enjoy, friends. I love yous. Let's run this map.
Hey, Tin Man, that's some of your finest work all day long. It is. I'm not kidding you. That is some of your finest work. That's not small wood. That's a 32-inch bar, full house ground chain. Dude, well done. It makes it fun to run for me. Now watch this saw go. Let's watch the iron horse saw here for a second. Iron horse, big bore. Ram horn. that's it. We got what we needed. Hey? Yeah. Ground chain is nice. So I burn like a 12 or 13 inch round in my stove. I can burn 16. I can burn a 16 inch, but when it comes time to stoke that sucker at night, well, you can get a couple of 16s in, or 8, 16, 17s, but then you got the door and that little, you know, I can get way more wood in there with a 12er.
This is what I'm talking about. I do explain this to some folks, and people that have been burning wood forever get it. Okay, so here is this is a long piece of wood for our stove, okay? See how it won't go in? Like that's actually a big piece of wood. It's about 16 inches. It won't go in, but it will go in like this. Sorry, friends, just, right? It'll go in on an angle. So what I'm saying to you is now you'll have to find a skinny one to throw up there, which we definitely can do. But with a shorter piece of wood, when it comes time to stoke the stove for at night, you can throw 2 long ones in there and that's it. But what about all this space at the front? You see this from here to here, from here, sorry friends, from here to there is 13 inches. So that's why I cut my wood short. I don't have any short ones here right now, because remember when Rob brought us over some wood, friends? This one won't make it. It's so close, but it won't, I can tell. Look at me, I know my stove, look. Boom, look how close that is. So this, even in like this, look, this will not go now. This will not go in there, it's too big, you gotta really pick and choose. So, but if I had a 12-inch piece, I don't struggle at all. Boom, it goes in. So that's why I choose, friends, to cut my wood small like that. And not only, it's easier to split, you can actually get more in the stove, in this particular stove. Sure, people say, oh, my stove fits 18. Well, I think that one does too, actually. But I don't cut them there. So that's why I do that. So I left myself a little spot for my power saws, and that's where they're going, and we're pulling out. Thanks again for hanging around in the woods with me, out in the bush. You guys call it the woods, I know you do. We call it the bush here.